It's okay to like different things than other people.
Yeah.
It's not okay to judge other people for liking the things they like, though. And vice versa. You know how people say laughter is the best medicine?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the moments you're stressed, for those moments that you laugh, I literally see it in your face. I literally see it in your face. The moment of relief. Because for a moment, you're not thinking about what's stressing you out. Even if it's just for a moment. My big thing right now, probably for the rest of my life, is learning how to communicate well and how to communicate and what words to use to communicate what we're feeling or what we're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Veggie Ball Vlogs podcast. I'm your host Jimmy, and this is my lovely wife, Bianca. Bianca, say hi to the camera. I wanted to say precious. Like, this is my precious wife, because your first name is Precious.
But why'd you say life?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Okay.
It's late again.
You always do this every time.
Because I want you to get your stuff done before...
I still didn't finish, by the way.
So should we do this, like, earlier?
Yeah, and I thought we always try to.
Dude, okay, this is my honest... Okay, this is where communication is key. This is a spur of the moment. We've never talked about this yet. Conversation between a husband and a wife. Okay, so... No, because when you're getting your stuff done, like your schoolwork and your work, I kind of figured you want to get most of it done, so then at the end of the day, you can just kind of relax, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Or would you rather get this done first? Like at, say, 6 p.m. or after dinner? Or after we eat? Would that be better for you?
I don't know about after we eat, because then I'm just bloated.
Yeah, I'm bloated too. Maybe say around like 8 o'clock, 9.
It's already late still too.
But it's better.
Regardless, the timing is just not going to be great.
Would you want to do it before we eat?
No.
So what time? See,
I just told you, it just doesn't matter anyway, because it's not a good time.
Well, anything is better than late, right? Because, okay, just for the record, whenever me and Bianca record these podcasts, it's like midnight. Oh, no, it's not midnight yet. It's almost midnight. It's like 11 p.m.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
How about, like, after mid-afternoon, after lunch? Because we don't eat much at lunch.
You have to bribe me.
Dude, no.
Plan boxes.
No.
Ice cap.
Why can't you just do it because you love me? I thought the role of the wife was to support the husband.
I do support
and
you.
Help me.
From a distance.
Dude.
I'm kidding.
I'm a little hurt from that.
I'm just kidding.
Because you're supposed to help me. Well, support me. Dude, you're like the only one who's consistently here because you're my wife.
I'm gonna ask Ate to come every day.
Dude, okay, you ask her then. You ask her. Because sometimes I'll ask, she'll be like, no. She's like, I'm done. Okay, anyways. So, and we didn't even come to a conclusion or a solution as to when we're gonna...
Doesn't matter.
Okay, we'll try not for this late. Alright, so anyways. So, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Bianca's lashes. Look how much beautiful she looks.
Is that gonna be the thumbnail?
Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. Gonna need like a better thumbnail. But actually just talking about this. See, whenever we have this podcast, now questions I would never ask you.
I don't know why, but yeah.
Like they just come up now. So we've been married 3 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the things that I allow you to do that help with your confidence? For example, like I have absolutely no reason to say no to you or even fight you. I even encourage it for you to get your lashes every month. Because I know with a lot of husbands, they would tell them no. Like they would tell their wives no. Why? You know what I mean? But with you, you just ask, can I get my lashes done? And for the most part, ever since we got together, it's always, yeah. Does it make you feel better? Like, do you feel more confident with it? You do, right?
No, I just like it.
Okay. Okay.
I don't say I mean,
Doesn't it? But dude, because when your lashes start to go like thin,
I just
you get conscious.
I guess. I don't know. I just
That's why I allow it, because I want you to help see yourself the way I see you, with or without your lashes. Like, I find without your lashes, you're gorgeous. You're like, oh, natural beauty.
and with my lashes.
I mean, it's beautiful. But I prefer like the real you. You know how there are some girls, they'll get like Botox and it's subtle, but you can still kind of tell they got Botox.
No.
Oh, I can tell. Like if I had to choose one or the other, again, this is all personal preference, right? I would choose the natural look, like just the way you were born,
Hmm.
sort of look without all the fillers and all that. In this case, with the eyelashes. Don't get me wrong, eyelashes look great. They make your eyes pop. Yeah.
My dad says it looks like I have more eye bags because of the shadow of my
Oh.
lashes.
You don't have any eye bags, actually, now that I'm looking at you.
I feel like it covers it. Like it
But,
distracts.
dude, your eye bags are here.
Yeah, but like
not that you
but
really
no,
even have
but,
any.
like, it distracts the lashes distracts you from it.
You know what else distracts you?
Okay, you need to stop.
No, when you wear glasses.
No, yeah, I guess.
Same idea, right? It's like what I used to tell. Glasses helps hide the ugly.
That's no, it can also emphasize it depending on your
Emphasize the ugly. Yeah, if you have like tiny little glasses like this, man, you got an ugly face.
No, I meant wait, never mind.
What were you
No,
gonna say?
no. Just sometimes depending on like the lenses, because depending on your eyesight, sometimes
Oh yeah, you'll have like these really big eyes. Be like nerd.
to me.
Kidding. But yeah, okay. So what are some of the things that I allow or even encourage that help you with your confidence? Eyelashes being one. Even though you just said you just like it for the sake of liking it.
I guess when you let me like you surprise me with blind box and stuff and just allowing me
That
to,
builds
like-
your confidence?
well, just being I guess more comfortable. Yeah, I guess so.
Oh
Because-
wow, okay. You gotta walk me through this.
Because
How?
like, it's like you know me and you're accepting me like who I am with the things that I like. So with plushies, blind boxes, all that sort of stuff. And then it's just, especially when you surprise me, because it's like you thought about me and you wanted to surprise me like Coleco critters just out of nowhere. I didn't even ask you. And whatnot. Does that make sense?
Kinda, but not really. So what I'm understanding from what you're saying is when I put you first, like in this case, like when I love you in the love language of gifts
Yeah.
and surprising you, that makes yourself feel confident because
I'm able to
you
be myself without like, you're not
being
judging.
judged.
Yeah.
So me surprising you with blind boxes, ice caps, plushies,
Or just a gift.
just a gift in
Yeah.
general helps fortify your confidence in you, because with me getting you those things, you automatically know I'm not judging you. If anything, I'm encouraging
And supporting.
and supporting who you are
Yeah.
and the
It's-
things you like.
It's the thought that counts, really.
Dude, so that's kind of messed up. Like, not that in itself, but just the fact that that's affected you so much, like in your past, how you felt so judged.
Oh, I guess I never really thought about that.
No, because you brought it up, and it's like there was a disconnect for me for a second. Because when you said, yeah, when you surprise me and you get me surprises and you get me gifts, it's like that makes me feel more confident because I don't judge you and I encourage you. It's like I never would have said that. And just the mere fact you said that, something in the past, so when you were a kid, when you were younger, totally something affected you in a sense where you felt judged by others.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, not anymore. So that's good. Do you ever feel like I judge you?
No.
You know,
Just
that,
more bugging me
dude, that's why I love you. Why can't you just let me bug you?
because I'm stressed with everything else. If I wasn't stressed, have you not noticed before?
Dude,
With-
we've been in a season of 8 months where you've just been stressed.
Well, it's been worse
It's been worse.
because like I had full-time school and full-time work, right? So you notice a difference where I'm not as patient.
I still think you're pretty patient.
Hmm?
I still think you're pretty patient. Maybe it's just because, well, you got to understand my personality too, how I just find the humor in all things.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Well, because, okay, look at it this way. If I didn't, I would be angry at you. Because I'd be like, dude, like, why do you have to be so... This is what I'd be thinking. Why do you got to always be stressed so much and take it out on me? That's what I would think if I didn't find the humor in things. That's why I laugh at a lot of things. Even things where I shouldn't be laughing at. But I'm glad that you do find the humor in the things that I find humor in. Because it lightens the mood.
Yeah.
You know how people say laughter is the best medicine? Dude, the moments you're stressed, for those moments that you laugh, I literally see it in your face. I literally see it in your face. The moment of relief, because for a moment you're not thinking about what's stressing you out, even if it's just for a moment.
Yeah, I just always laugh still. Even when I'm mad at you. I still like I'm smiling. I don't know why.
Is it a gift I have?
No, I do that too.
Because there are some people that are mad at me, or maybe they're mad at me, I don't know, but they just end up laughing with me.
No. I've been, even before, like, I was just like that.
You just laughed at things.
Yeah.
You didn't laugh. You didn't laugh at
Okay, what?
I was gonna say, you know, when you were working, you know, all the night shifts, and then your mom would be like, "Oh, after you work this night shift, can you work the morning shift?" Did you laugh at those times? You know how you'd work night shift?
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
like I would not laugh during that one because I'm just exhausted. And I'd be like, "Really?"
Okay, well that's, yeah.
Exactly. So you don't laugh at everything.
Well, most of the time, like there are times where like when I'm embarrassed, I'd laugh, or like
I think that's a good thing to do. What?
fall and hurt myself.
Yeah, I do that too. But that's... See,
No, you
that's-
didn't. When you stubbed your toe today, you didn't laugh. You're like, ow!
Yeah, and you laughed.
Why did you? And no, I said careful.
You're like... See, you didn't even realize you did that. See, I was in so much pain because when I stub my toe, whenever I feel physical pain, I'm like... like I'm trying. That's what I do. That's what I do. I'll hit something, or if I like hammer my finger, I'll be like... That's what I do. That's the sound I make. That's the face I make. So I'm not gonna laugh because I'm trying to concentrate on, you know, letting the pain just pass. Dude.
No, I'm thinking that's also what you sound like when you're brushing your teeth.
We're gonna go there.
No, it's not. We're done.
You know, it's true what they say about, you know, when you're married to somebody, a lot of your quirks and your habits will rub off on your
Oh
spouse.
my gosh.
Dude, you know what I notice you doing now?
Your laugh.
Not your laugh. When you're brushing your
Oh,
teeth,
yeah,
you do
do
that.
that.
So I think
let's
this
not
all
go down
guys
this-
do that.
let's not-
Bro-
no.
Dude, I hear you doing that too now.
Yeah, but it's not as aggressive. Okay?
Well, yeah, you're ladylike.
Ew.
But it's true, guys. So like when you're married to somebody, you pick up for some reason your spouse's quirks and habits. I just want to get the phlegm out.
I do too. Cause
I notice you fart a lot more too.
no, that's no. You have it. Are we really going down this route? Can we not?
So you don't
Can
fart?
we? Why are you sharing this on the podcast?
What, dude? Hot girls fart too. I just love how you find me funny. You think our kid's gonna be like this?
He's gonna be worse.
How's it gonna be worse? He's not gonna be worse.
I already.
He's gonna be well behaved.
I don't think so. That's literally a miracle.
You never know. It's kind of like me. Like in my family, I'm the clean one, and it's like nobody in my family's the clean one. Like nobody taught me how to clean. It was just something that I always did. Apparently, cleaning isn't like what's the word? Like common knowledge, not common law knowledge, but it's not something everybody just knows how to do. Did you know that?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I see. I didn't know that because growing up, it's something that I always just did. So cleaning, like when I see somebody else, like my mom, my dad, anybody else, when I see their level of cleaning, I'd be like, ugh, that's clean. It's like, don't you know how to clean? Because nobody taught me. It was just something that was innate within me.
Yeah.
So I never really realized, oh, a lot of people just don't know how to clean and they need to be shown how to clean and what cleaning products to use. Right? Like, I don't know, for some reason when I was young, so they have wood cleaner and glass cleaner.
Okay.
A lot of people don't even know the difference between wood cleaner and glass cleaner. So we have Pledge and Windex. Oh my gosh, I'm going down this route. So when I was younger, Pledge was for wood. Because Pledge, it left like a film, like a smooth, clean film on wood for finishes. Where glass, or Windex, is for glass and it would keep things streak-free. So, I mean, you could use Windex on wood and it would clean, but you could never use Pledge on glass because it would leave a smudge. And a lot of people don't know that. They would just clean glass with Pledge or whatever they could find, and it would leave smudges like a film.
Read.
No, they just think, yeah, I wiped it, it's clean.
Okay, well.
Yeah, so it's not one of those things where it's innate in people. Just so happen to be innate with me. That's all. But anyways, we're getting off topic. So, what are some other things that I do or that I allow you to do to, help build your confidence?
I don't know, I guess. Like,
Or what are, okay, I guess let's reverse that. What are some things you allow me to do to help me build my confidence?
you want me to answer that question?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
It's because I'm already confident. What? Please. Okay, going back to the question. So, what are some things I do that I allow you to do to help build your confidence?
I guess even just trying to always tell me to do my quiet time and devotions, especially when it's like moments that I'm very stressed or overwhelmed.
Would it be more like telling you or reminding you?
Bit of both. I think more of like just telling me when it's like,
I think you need to take your quiet time.
sort of, yeah.
Because I remember there was one time, actually, whenever you're stressed, like I always think about how's the best way I can tell you something without you being offended or mad at me. Like, because I've run into the problem in previous relationships where I'd be like, dude, you need to spend more time with God, or you need to have your quiet time, and they took it as an offense, where they're like, what do you mean, are you saying I don't have my quiet time? Where I'm not even judging them, but it must have come off to them that I was judging them. So when I want to tell you that, like, I really think about how am I going to do this? You remember the one time you were in your office and you're just stressed out, you're trying to get your work done. I just walked in with the devotion, remember? And I'm just be like, I just put it on your desk and like, here you go. And I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Like, how did you receive that?
I was like, oh, okay, I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, okay.
Well, I was just, again, focused on the stress, so I was just like, oh, he just handed me this.
So you already know what it meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
I find that stuff like that you have to communicate it in person, not over text. Because I remember when you did mention, um, like
I vaguely remember
yeah,
this.
about I don't know what the exact wording was, but it was pretty much saying that I should like do my quiet time or something like that. Because something came up again, and I was just kind of like venting to you,
Yeah.
and you said it through text, and I kind of misinterpreted it as like if you're like that you're for some reason I thought you were mad at me when you said that,
I
and I was
wasn't.
like,
I knew
out
there
of
was a chance that might have
all
happened.
times I'm like, you really said that now through text, and just the tone of it. Normally you'd send like emojis or something, like it was just a straightforward like capital.
Dude, it was not in
No,
capital.
no, no, I mean like no, like it was the sentence. It was like there was a capital letter in the beginning, and then it was just I don't know. It
So,
wasn't. It was different from the way you text. Usually, when you text, is just
without emojis.
with emojis or I don't know, which is different. Okay, just hear me out. Which is different. Just trust me. So I misinterpreted it regardless, and I remember I think when I went home, I was like, I think I felt guilty in that you were like upset with me, but then you're like, no, I wasn't.
Yeah, I did clarify it, right? Did I bring it
Yeah,
up? I
you did.
remember.
Because I had to bring it up because you didn't know. But this whole entire time I thought you were mad.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Or something. I don't know.
yeah, I wasn't mad. Just know whenever I try to remind you, like, dude, I think it's been a while since you've had your quiet time. Like, if I remind you, just remember, I'm not doing it to judge you. I'm just doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm reminding you gently, very gently and
Mhm.
very lovingly, because I know it will help you like clear a lot of clutter in your mind.
Yeah.
Y-
I think I had an experience before with someone who I look up to,
Hmm.
and they were very hypocritical when they were saying it.
Like you need to have your quiet time.
Yeah, because like we both were kind of like in an argument, and they're like, maybe you should pray more. In my head,
Bro, are you
yeah,
serious? Like, is that the way they said it?
yeah. And then I was
Ooh.
just like, look, I didn't want to say this to him, but in my head I was like, look who's
Look
talking,
at
right?
you!
I'm like, you're being like judgmental right now to me. I won't like go into further detail because I don't want this person, if they're watching,
Yeah.
narrow down it was that person.
Well, this was years and years ago. People change,
Yeah,
right?
but even so, like till this day, I didn't notice how that affected me until when you texted me that, and I just immediately
That's what you thought of, eh?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry.
why are you saying sorry? You didn't know.
Yeah, see, this is what I love about you. But no, because it's those things. If there's one, so before we got married, I even knew this before we got married. One of the things your dad told me, or one of the things dad told me, he's my dad now. One of the things dad told me is you're like, take care of my daughter. That's what he said. My daughter, I'm leaving my daughter's life and her heart in your hands. And he also told me, you already know this, but I'm going to tell you again. She's very sensitive with her emotions and her feelings. So take good care of her. And basically, what I got from it is be very gentle with her. And that's what's always in my head. So whenever I want to tell you something
He's
for
gonna
your
make me cry.
no, really, like
Yeah, I
in
know.
the back of my head, it's always, dude, I have to be gentle with you for your sake, because I want you to take things that I say in a loving way. Like I want you to always know whatever I say to you, whether it's something that's firm or stern or, this is my foot being put down sort of thing. It's for your best interest and for our best interest, mostly for your best interest, from what I think.
Mhm.
And I trust that if I'm wrong, you'll tell me no because
Yeah,
XYZ. And I think you do a very good job of that.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's why I also think you're going to be a good mom. I think I've said that quite a few times already. Just, yeah, dude, you're totally going to be a great mom. You already are, in a sense where, you know,
What?
no, because Tata is old, right?
Uh-huh.
But in a sense, it's like the way you care for Tata, mind you, this isn't even your biological dad. This is your
Father-in-law.
Father-in-law. I was gonna say stepdad. Oh, for some reason I keep mixing up father-in-law and stepdad.
Okay.
Like, but yeah, like this is your father-in-law, right? And usually with a lot of couples, the spouses, it's like they don't really get along with the in-laws. But in this case, in our case, we do. Like I get along great with your parents, and you get along great with Tatay and when Nana was alive, right? And there's like no animosity, there's no hate, there's no, you know, with Tatay there's frustration, but there's also frustration on my, it's the same frustration, right?
Yeah.
That we have, but we have the same heart towards Tatay. If anything, I'll even say you have a much bigger and softer heart for Tatay. Dude, well, this also comes with your experience working with old peoples. It's Tatay needs this, and we should do this. Like, we should get him a dementia calendar. That's what it's called. A dementia calendar. That's what it's called. The big calendar with a clock, and then it gives you the date because he forgets.
Yeah.
So it's called a dementia calendar. I didn't know that was a thing.
I was just called the clock, dementia clock, but
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, dementia clock. Yeah.
regardless, yeah.
Yeah, like you suggest those things and you know those things, even putting up signs. Like you keep saying, we need to put up a sign, Jimmy. And be like, yeah.
But I also don't know if that would offend him because he'd be like, what is this? So I also didn't implement it yet.
Oh, it wouldn't offend him. You know why? So, I guess this is story time. So, when I was younger, when Nana was still alive, so Tatay would just forget things. I just realized.
Oh.
He'd forget things.
Okay.
Like even when he was younger. So Nanai's the one that always remembered things. She'd remember the dates, what bills to pay. Tatay's just like, just pay the bills, yeah. And Nanai's like, dude, we need to pay them on this day, and then it's got to go over with this, and then we got to have some cash flow here. And Tatay's just like, All he focused on was, you know, being the breadwinner. So earning the money, going to work, and then staying at home and providing for his kids. He was a great dad in that sense. Actually, he went above and beyond. I remember at times he'd play with me too.
Oh, that's nice.
Like I remember a lot of times, like a lot of instances when I was younger, dude, he just play toys with me or sports, and I'd be like, oh yeah, he actually did that with me. Like even despite his busy schedule, like that. Yeah, Ate was right. Ate was a very good dad. Like when I look back on it, and it's like when I get angry at him, I'm like, crap, he don't deserve that. He did everything that he could to the best of his ability, with his time, with his energy, and with his effort. But anyways, so that going back to that guy's kind of forgetful, and with the signs. So there were multiple times, at least once or twice a week, Nana would always leave a note or a sign on the table, whether it be on paper towel, a piece of lined paper, cardboard, die. Like, your lunch is in the blah, 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 blah. Or, don't forget, you have to pick up blah, 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 blah. Or, the key is in the blah, blah, like, just reminders. So, yeah, so when you ask, it's like, would Tatay be offended with signs? The short answer, and the very quick answer, no. No, he would not, because he never was offended with stuff like that, because Nana always did it when she was still around. Mind you, the sign would always be on the table, or the fridge, or the door. Basically, wherever his eyesight would be.
I was thinking.
That's where the signs would be. So the kitchen table, the fridge, or just before you walk out the door. That's where she would put it.
It's funny because I was thinking about those signs where it's like most likely to be on the door when he's about to leave. So.
Let me just make them nice signs.
I told you that. I said, well, like, I know it's a little extra, but like,
Laminate them. Put it in a frame.
At least it's not
With some
like,
LED lights. And it flashes.
Maybe not that.
Don't forget to put on your coat.
And knowing him, he's gonna change the color of that, so let's not.
Yeah, he likes changing the color. Like the LED lights in front of the TV.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a different color every time. Why doesn't he just keep it one color?
Does it like automatically, like if you turn it on, it changes? No.
No, you have to physically change the color yourself. So he physically changes it. I know he does.
Are you sure he just doesn't know? He's like, oh, I want brighter, and he changed the color instead. And he's like, oh, well, it's gonna be green today because I didn't know you changed the color.
Possibly.
Because I'm like, I don't think he'd purposely do that. He probably want brighter, and he's like, oh, it's
Oh,
red.
the red is brighter. So there you go.
It's
Yeah.
oh, now it's blue. Okay, I guess we'll leave it at blue, and just walks away.
Well, no, because I remember I asked him, like, Dad, why do you change the color? Like, why don't you? I remember specifically I asked him, like, Dad, why'd you change the color? Don't you like the bright white? He's like, no, I like the green.
But you know, sometimes he just jokes around.
Yeah.
Like,
But that's the thing, I don't know.
that's what I'm saying.
He
That
said
could
it with a
also be
straight face,
joke.
though. He's like, but I like the green.
Yeah, but I feel like he can be sarcastic and keep a straight face. Just like when he told me this morning, he didn't, or a couple days ago, I was like, die. Before I left, I'm like, I'll do the dishes, just leave it be. He's like, yeah, that's okay. I'll just put more dishes for you. And he just gave me a straight face. I'm like, is that a joke? Or are you serious? No. I don't know.
Dude, that's a terrible thing with old people.
But yeah, just a heads up.
Oh, jeez. I love them. Well, I love them. I'm glad you love them, too.
Yeah. So, well, now let's reverse the question. So, what are things that I do that? Why are you smiling at me like that?
Nothing. I'm rubbing off on you.
That I don't. What?
Go ahead. You can finish the
Oh.
question. I'll tell you what I mean
Okay.
afterwards.
What are things that I do that make you feel confident or supported? I guess.
Okay, this one's going to be a little shallow.
Oh,
I mean, I'll get deeper, but the first one
I
is...
like the dishes.
No.
Oh.
I mean, yes, but that's not what I was going to say.
Okay.
One is, you like my muscles.
Oh.
You're like, because you would verbally tell me, it's like, I do like your muscles. Like, I actually like it when you work out because I see your muscles. And I'm like, wow, a girl really likes my muscle. Because mind you, when I first started working out, the only people who noticed my muscles? All guys. All guys. It's all guys. Like, girls, they'd be like, yeah, whatever. Okay, yeah, you started working out, whatever. But guys, they'd be like, damn, bro, you're just getting swole. Or, oh my gosh, look at your shoulders, you're getting bigger. All the compliments were from guys. And any guy that works out, I'm sure you can kind of share the feeling and share the experience where 9 times out of 10, it's going to be guys that notice your gains, not the girls.
Well, I always noticed it, but I remember you told me, you're like, please acknowledge my muscles.
Yes.
So
And it may sound like I said it in a joking way, but I really like it when you verbally say it because I work really hard for it, like years, even if it's just like a little bit of muscle, years.
I remember though there was one time I kept complimenting on you like when you worked out, especially I think it was like your butt or something, and you're like, yeah, thanks, and then I kept quiet and I just didn't comment anymore until one day you're like, please notice my muscles.
Dude, because you were telling me constantly in the middle of my workout, and I'm like, I'm tired, man. I'm trying to catch my breath and recover.
Yeah, but like it was just me saying that I acknowledge you working out, and I know it takes a lot of effort.
Did I tell you to touch it?
At that time, no, because you were too tired.
Oh yeah, usually.
So
Yeah, if I'm not that tired, usually this will happen when I'm not working out. We'll be in the kitchen and be like, hey,
when
look
I'm wanting to eat or do anything else but that. Jimmy,
please.
there was a time when Tata was laughing because he kept begging me for me to touch your muscles, and I swear I was like in the middle of eating food with Tata, and I'm like, sit down.
I remember I was like, look at my muscle, touch it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, Jimmy, we're having dinner, please. Anyway, and then you made Tata also like flex his muscles after that.
Yeah, I think it's a guy thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, Tata's been working out his whole life. Oh, maybe not.
I've seen some girls, but I get it. If you have muscles to flex it, show it off,
Dude,
do
especially
it.
if you're like 83 and you're not fat and obese and immobile, like you're none of those things. Yeah, I think Tata's pretty proud of that. He's like, look, I'm not like all the other 83-year-olds. Hey, look, I'm not like all the other 70-year-olds. Hey, look, I'm not like all the other 60-year-olds. Hey, look, I'm not like all the other 50-year-olds. Like, it's wild. It's like, oh, yeah, that's about right. The other thing, so other than you complimenting my muscles, the other thing that you do that makes me feel loved or even more confident, is when, oh my gosh, it's like what, this is the other shallow thing. You know when I have bad breath?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very conscious with my breath. I don't know if you noticed.
No.
Excuse me. I'm very conscious with my breath. So in the morning, you know, when there are times when I tell you I have bad breath and you're like, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll like sniff my breath.
I don't sniff.
Well, you
your
won't sniff it,
breath.
but you know, I'll be like talking in your face and you don't make the ooh. Because if you do that to me, I'd be like, ooh.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because breath, like smell, like bad breath smell in my face, in my nose, like ooh, like lovingly, I don't like it. But with you, it doesn't faze you, and that's how I know. That's how I feel more confident.
Hmm.
Like I can be comfortable with myself,
Mm.
with you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, and then something that isn't so shallow. What are you laughing at, dude? What?
I have never heard someone say that in my life.
What?
And then you're like, with my bad breath, and you proceed to burp. I already know to smell like that.
Peach mango, everybody.
It's not
Peach
pee.
mango. It's not pea. It's peach mango. Okay. Anyways, the other thing that you do, one of the many, is, how do I put this? You I don't want to sound I'm not really selfish. You'll you'll put me first. Like you'll actually put me first before yourself. Like even though you're stressed, you're tired, and you're just like bleh, like mentally, and you're physically drained. You'll you'll put me first when I really like I really want this. For example, that podcast. Like it's late at night,
Yeah.
right? And you're still willing to be like, okay, remember I called you earlier and I figured I'll let you finish, but you weren't done yet. And then you're just like, okay, let's go do it now. You weren't mad, you weren't annoyed at me. I know you were annoyed at the work you were doing,
Yeah.
but not at me. And I'm like, that makes me more confident as a husband. In a sense where I know I'm fully supported and I have your 100% help and back, like you have my back when it comes to these things I really want and that I'm striving for, like goals I'm striving for. Yeah, that's it. I forgot what I was gonna say. There was something
There was
that we
another
went.
one?
No, we went off sidetrack. Because there are, how do I put this? There are things you do that make me, how do I put this? There are things you do that you don't realize you're doing to make me want to love you and make it so much easier for me to love you even when you're stressed out and frustrated. Like I'm just assuming, not I'm assuming, I've actually seen this with other couples where if one of the partners is stressed out, like it affects the other one as well,
Yeah.
right? But even though you're stressed out, like I don't respond to your stress with more stress. Does that make sense? Like when
Yeah.
you're frustrated, you're stressed, and sometimes it gets thrown in my way. Even though it's not towards me, but it gets thrown in my direction.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It's like I won't respond back in a negative way or in a stressful way as well, right? And the reason that is so is because you make it very clear and very easy for me to love you at other times. Like there are other times in our marriage that have been fortified that make it so easy for me to look at you and not your stress. Does that make sense? Like, are there times that that's happened to you where I've shown you how much I love you and you just know, even though when I'm frustrated, I'm not frustrated at you, I'm frustrated at the situation. It just so happens you're the one I'm venting to, so it may sound like I'm stressed at you.
Yeah, like multiple times, and I'm like, I'm sorry, and you're like, I'm not mad at you. So it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just, dude, it's just one of those days where
Yeah.
I'm tired, I'm stressed, I'm venting to you, but just know I'm not venting at you, like towards you. It's just, yeah, it's just one of those things. So it's, I guess it's a knowing you're always loved sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like for me, I know I'm always going to be loved by you.
I think that's another thing too, that like the way you're very careful with your words, or try to, unless you just didn't know that it, let's say, affected me. You genuinely try to take the time to, with your words and actions, to communicate with me in just a loving way, whether it's I'm stressed or even I'm just not stressed. You're just always very careful. And then if you don't, if you, let's say, do
Upset you?
yeah, because I know that I'm loved and you just didn't know.
It's
I
like,
am-
sorry, I was
yeah.
ignorant at that time.
I'm able to just open up with you of how I feel, and I'm comfortable with that because you create that atmosphere for
Ah,
me.
that's it. That's the words. Creating that atmosphere
Yeah.
of being not judged and where you can just be yourself and knowing that we're in this together. Like if you have a problem, I'm not going to judge you for the problem you have. If anything, I'm going to do the complete opposite. I'm going to not judge you and I'm going to come together with you and look for a solution
Yeah,
together,
yeah.
right?
And because of that, like I've noticed, at least only in my school friends, that I'm able to open up and be myself around them.
Oh,
Yeah. So that's one way too that you support me, and I feel confident in myself with certain people in college, but it's okay.
I think there's quite a few of them already.
Yeah, there is.
There's like a whole group where you can just be yourself and you don't feel judged or they're looking at you at a certain way in a not a good way sort of thing, but they just accept you for who you are.
And also because what's it? You know how you're saying that when you're together, like with your spouse, that the traits like kind of rub off on each other. So with how you're responding to, by trying to find a solution together and always trying to think positively, because for the longest time in my life, or at least I don't know when, I was always focusing on the negative to the point where literally it would manifest. And so sometimes I catch myself venting, but then in the end I try to either redirect it or just try to, whenever I'm talking to my friends, because I don't want to be always like,
Negative.
yeah. So I'd be like, but, you know, it's okay, like, we'll get through this. Or they would also reassure me and we would just kind of encourage each other.
Yeah. Or you could even say, have you ever done this? Have you ever laughed at the problem? Laughed at the problem together with your classmates, with your school friends?
Sometimes we joked about it. It wasn't.
Yeah, joke about it. Sorry,
Yeah,
joke about it.
It wasn't a good humor, but it still made us laugh. Like, I can't share it here because I'm gonna get in trouble. So
No, you're not gonna get in trouble. They're never gonna watch this.
no, I
So,
know, but I'll tell you like after the podcast why I can't say it, and you're like, oh,
No, sorry. I'm thinking about remember how you had that one partner?
oh no, I was
And then now Nini has that partner?
Yeah, no.
And it's like you kind of can joke
Yeah.
about it. It's like,
No, I meant something else.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, where it's just, I don't know. We try to like joke about it, but more like either we just send each other memes or something to cheer each other up, and it like would relate to school.
Yeah, and it'll kind of lighten the mood sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, lighten the mood sort of thing.
So.
Oh, okay. I remember what I was gonna say. So earlier I was asking you, so what makes what are some of the things that I do that make you feel more confident? And then this is the first time you've done this. You asked me that.
Yeah.
So this is the first time in a podcast where you've actually asked me a question.
Yeah.
Dude, you never did that before.
I know.
See? And this is, oh my God.
I was thinking for the sake of the podcast, because I'm like, you should also hear from your perspective.
I know. Dude, I don't think you realize just how much this means to me.
Yeah, no, I clearly.
No, because the whole point of this is for us to, not just me, but for both of us to grow.
Yeah.
Like my big thing right now, and probably for the rest of my life, is learning how to communicate well and how to communicate and what words to use to communicate what we're feeling or what we're thinking. So now for you to do something I've been doing for a while, like asking you some questions, right? Now it's like you took initiative. And again, this is me rubbing off on you, where it's like, oh, I've seen Jimmy do this so many times. It's like, okay, now let's reverse the question. And you asked me that. So in a way, it's like, I'm kind of proud, but at the same time, I've seen your growth. It's a very exponential growth in the past 3 years we've been together, married, where you're just kind of this shy, you weren't really shy, kind of, but a girl who didn't have so much confidence to now you have a lot of confidence in who you are. And it's not just knowing it in your head, but you know it in your heart, because when it's in your heart, it's something that just comes out freely. Does that make sense? And one of the purposes of this podcast is not just for me to grow and become better as a communicator, but for you as well. Like, I think, again, that's just one display of how I see you growing. But another display of how I see you growing is also in your school life and your school work, how you have to do all these presentations.
Yeah. You're kind of forced to step out of your comfort zone.
Well, here's the thing. Being with me for 3 years...
It's helped.
That's what I was going to ask. I'm like, has that helped? Like, a lot, actually?
Yeah.
Because if you weren't with me, and let's just say you were at school, and you had to do these presentations, would you be more stressed out about presentations?
I would be, and I probably wouldn't be able to, I guess, meet, like, friends. Like, I would be, I think, a completely different person, to be honest. Like, I would most likely, I think I would set boundaries. I mean, you still should, but I mean, I would kind of still distance myself from everyone. I just try to, like, give the very small talk.
So would you be like that, sorry to stereotype, would you be that girl, the loner girl in the corner?
Yeah.
Sort of thing?
Yeah. Even I would be very cautious of what things I had, so I would not be showing off plushies. Actually, since we weren't even together, I didn't think I'd buy any of those stuff that I have.
Why?
Well, because I'd probably either be spending it in games. Or
I was gonna say, what would you be spending it on? So games,
food, but not much. Like, even then, like, I remember, I'd always be questioned on the things that I buy when I get home.
That's from your mom, though.
Yeah, that would.
What about your dad? Will your dad question it too?
Of course.
Really?
Yeah, the first thing, what the heck is that? It's a plushie.
Yeah, I'm like, I like it.
Yeah.
I never had that issue here. Like, Nana, I thought that would be like, oh, what'd you buy? And be like, look.
Well, maybe I'm sure they didn't even mean it in, like,
a judging way?
Yeah, but I mean, I probably misinterpret it.
Yeah, I think you totally just misinterpret it.
But I know there were times, like, my mom was serious.
was like, why'd you buy that?
Because I like it.
Yeah, that's it. That's what, like,
What you want me to say?
yeah. I was like, dude, I like what I like.
Yeah.
It's like I remember at the beginning, I'd buy like video games and video game consoles. Like, you spend your money on Nintendo again? I'm like, it's not Nintendo, it's PlayStation. Get it right. There's a difference. Nintendo is Nintendo and PlayStation is PlayStation. And then, you know, as you grow older, because I had that confidence, like, I've always had that attitude of, you can't tell me what I can like and what I can't like. I like what I like.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it's like, I don't judge you for the things you like. Like, one of the things that I was not confident about was my choice in music. So this is with my brother. So Jojo would like all the cool music. This is in my perspective, okay? All the cool music, like the rap, the R&B. What's not cool is pop. And then meanwhile, here's me. I'm like, I like pop, but I'm not allowed to like pop, so I don't like it. But secretly, I like pop.
With Sailor Moon.
Oh, yeah. Sailor Moon's pop. I really like that intro. Finding Eve by moonlight, winning love by daylight.
I guess.
Dude, it's catchy.
No. I was just thinking. I guess like anime songs and
It's catchy.
video games like music hits different.
I think this is a newer generation thing, right?
Yeah.
Because the older generation, their pop culture music would be like genres of pop, R&B, rap, alternative. There was no such thing as video game music.
Even then, I was afraid of liking certain rock music. Or
Really?
when I was relating to Kingdom Hearts, like I really like.
Kingdom Hearts is not rock music.
No. Sorry, and even like video games too. Like I kind of liked it, but I was still kind of hesitant of sharing that.
Really?
Yeah, because like, who says I like video game music?
I remember there was one time I got into like wrestling, like WWF, WWE music, like the themes. I even bought the CD. I'm like, I can't believe I really like this. I just really like it. And people were like, what? Why are you listening to WWE music?
I mean, yeah, that was even I was like, oh, I didn't know you could like buy this.
Yeah,
Oh,
they had, dude, I think I had volume 14. They had a lot of volumes back in the time. And I'd be like, yeah, it's great. It's great.
Theme
Like, it got
songs?
me hyped. I know!
cool
And I'm like,
though.
dude, it's I like what I like.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. But going back to, dude, I was really conscious about the type of music that I like, right? So I would keep things hush hush. It's like, oh, that music's not cool. Or because I was afraid I'd get made fun of.
Yeah.
Until to the point where it's like, you know what? I like what I like. And that's when I learned it's okay. I'm glad I learned this when I was still a bit younger, where it's okay to like different things than other people.
Yeah.
It's not okay to judge other people for liking the things they like, though. And vice versa, right?
Some people, actually, no, not some, a lot of people don't see that. I could tell, like, with work and a few of my classmates, I could say, like, yeah, I like this confidently, whether it's anime or when I brought up the Sonic popsicle.
Dude, that Sonic popsicle pillow is great. Smells great,
It
too.
smells wonderful, but, like, you could tell they're like, okay.
Okay. I think they wouldn't really get it because they wouldn't be able to relate because they never grew up with the Sonic popsicles.
No.
They don't even know what that is.
I didn't grow up with it, and I thought it was, like, hilarious.
But you knew what they were.
I didn't know it existed until I saw the pillow.
Oh, really?
Like,
I only saw it. I never
I've
bought it
never
because I'm
seen
like,
it.
I don't want that one.
I just never. I thought it looked stupid but funny, and I really wanted it.
They were delicious though. They had different characters.
Wait, you actually ate.
They had the Ninja Turtle ones.
ate one.
Yeah, they were delicious.
Wait, where?
Not Sonic. I never got the Sonic one.
Where?
But it's all the same. Dude, the Ice Cream Man.
Oh, yeah, I never.
So you'd play in the streets during the summer, and then you'd hear the Ice Cream Man coming
No,
by.
I just watched the kids when I was a kid get it, and I just watched in the window.
Yeah, I was blessed. I was very fortunate.
I just heard the music, and the kids running.
You know, if we were, oh no, because we have an 11-year gap. I kind of did do it. Well, okay, let's just say I could totally see this. If we were the same age, right? And I got like the ice cream, like I would totally hang out with you, right? And we hung out, played outside, whatever.
Well,
I'd be like, oh man, I'm gonna get ice cream. I was always that kid who was like, I would get ice cream, and then the other kids, like if they weren't given money, I would be like, can I have extra money for so and so? Because they need an ice cream. Like I would ask Nane for that. Sometimes I wouldn't even ask. Nane would just give me extra. Oh, get some for your friend too. So I think I kind of learned it from her as well, and then I just became like that.
see, I feel like though, if we were kids, me like really thinking about if, let's say, we were the same age and then that happened. I also remember the other things that you did that I did not like when you got older. So I think like we either might have liked each other or we were like separated. There were some things that you did that were nasty that honestly, till this day, I was like, I'm so glad I didn't have met you at that time because I would remember that and be like,
Dude, I would be great friends. Video games?
Yeah, but then depending on who you hung out with, because of your influence with them, or their influence on you.
I wasn't. Keep in mind, when I was younger, I wasn't really
No,
much
like
of an
when you
influence.
got
I was the one
older.
being
Yeah,
influenced.
but when you got older, depending on who you hung out with, because you told me stories of what you and like,
Team Hammer.
yeah, and I'm like, what's wrong with you?
What? Like an arcade ball for $5?
Yeah, no, I would have.
Oh no, bowling ball. In the fingers, like the finger holes.
Yeah, exactly my point, and I'm so glad that's why
I eat
God's
worms.
God's timing
For
with
money.
us. God, that's why it's important for God's timing. That
I don't
did
do that
not-
anymore.
Yeah, I'm glad, and that's why we're together. And also, that's why I'm kind of concerned with our kid in the future, what he's gonna do.
He'll be fine. He's gonna be a well behaved kid. I know this sounds terrible. I might edit this out, but when I hear,
Okay, well, don't say it.
please,
Don't say
please.
it. No, don't.
It's actually a good thing.
No.
It's a good
Back-
thing.
No. No, we're just stop.
Fine.
You can say after the podcast.
They
I
might
think you're
watch
supposed-
it.
No, just don't. Just we'll end it off.
Oh, okay. What's the closing? I'll let you finish the closing
Oh,
notes.
no, you do it.
Dude. Please.
What am I supposed to say?
I don't know.
No, you just edit this part off and just cut it.
Okay, I guess. Okay. So we'll end. Okay, well,
Don't expect me to
I don't know.
do that.
Because you were taking initiative.
Well, no, that was not taking initiative. That was just you delegating.
I wasn't delegating because you asked me the question afterwards. Yeah.
But now you're delegating me to close. That's not the same as me taking initiative. Me taking initiative means that I'm willing to. You just flat out told me, and I don't want to do it. No. Anyway, no. You can close.
Terrible. Okay, so we'll end this podcast here. I guess the takeaways from this what are the takeaways from this podcast? It's late. Yeah,
A
go ahead.
supportive
Oh yeah, just being a supportive spouse,
and
right?
it's not judging. And even if it means you have to bite your tongue, but always try to think of what your spouse is going through. That also kind of helps a lot with you to control.
And also knowing that despite whatever your spouse is going through, whatever they're feeling, this is a very important key. Always know that you're loved by your spouse, even when they don't show it.
Yes.
Again, it's a knowing because, again, in marriage, love is a choice, and they're in that marriage because they choose to be. Yeah, that's a good
That's
takeaway.
good.
That's a good
See?
takeaway.
Good
Okay,
job.
until next time, we'll see you on the next podcast. Peace.